What's up, guys? Your boy King Cole back here again. Wanted to do something quick for you. Build that I came up with to really kind of keep up with the meta. Obviously, this season is all about the Inner Monk running the Water Ally and these Speed GRs to try to find these Echoing Scream keys, correct? So, for a support Demon Hunter, for Demon Hunter in general, that can be really clunky, especially until you get to a certain power level. So, here's a build for you to kind of work on while you're finding all these doubles and triple sets, of your god set and things that you think you don't need. Here's something you can put together that's going to be really, really wonderful in terms of keeping up with those in amongst and offering a little bit of support on the way. So let's do the skills and we'll do the cube first because I always forget the cube. So we'll do the cube first. Odyssey's in on the weapon, Raps of Clarity on the armor piece, and then Royal Ring or Ring of Royal, whichever one it is. Sorry, my buddy's giving me keys right now, so we take these. And then we can get into the skills. So the skills are as follows. With the Odyssey's End and the Dings, you're gonna want to have Entangling Shot Chain Gang. This is a damage buff. It's great. I use Strafe Drifting Shadow. Obviously, that's pretty standard as well for your movement ability. We want Multi-Shot Wind Chill. That's important because what Wind Chill does is it acts as just another damage buff. And the other thing is that people don't understand, you're better off holding it. I'm pretty sure how this works is when you wind chill something, they have 8% increased chance to be critically hit for 3 seconds. But once they're critically hit, that's gone, right? So if you hold on it as you're fighting the Rift Guardian, as soon as he gets critically struck, that it's like that chance is always 8% higher because you're holding it, right? As soon as you have to imagine, as soon as that monster or that mob gets critically struck, that increased chance of critical striking goes away. Most important skill in this build: smoke screen displacement. This is how you're going to keep up with these wonderful monks, and I hope my buddy is ready to do, or he'll do a quick speed GR with me so I can show this off to you. You'll see this. This works great if you have enough resource cost reduction, enough cooldown reduction. It'll always be up. You'll see. Especially if you take the kicker for this property. This is like anytime you need movement. So on this build, on your key farming build, your T16 build, obviously these two kind of go hand in hand. But smoke screen displacement and preparation focus mind, I basically, you don't even really have to pay attention. I just mash these. And then I've got champion, or excuse me, companion, wolf companion on 4. This is something if you ever, whenever it's up, you take it. It's a 15% increased damage buff for your allies. I mean, if you pull up, if you're playing this for the highest efficiency, right? And this is something that in these speeds you won't really have to pay attention to. These monks are going to be doing enough damage anyways. But if you come across a Juggernaut, let's say, or on the Rift Guardian, make sure that's up so you can hit it at the start of that, right? Another good damage buff. Everything on my passive skills is basically Blood Vengeance. Great for our resources to make sure we always have this displacement up, because this not only gives us more hatred and gains hatred when pick up a globe, but also 3 discipline when pick up a globe. That's awesome. Um, I like awareness for this because this build is not as tanky as your regular Demon Hunter support build. And I like tactical advantage and hot pursuit, both speed demon skills. Um, I'm making YouTube. Anyways, that's the skills. This works great. Screenshot that if you need. Now, on to the gear. So the gear is actually a little bit unorthodox, and this is actually the really fun part of this build. What you're going to want to run, the reason why this is so effective to keep up is because you're running the Calamity. You no longer have to stop and cast Mark for Death or anything to offer any value as a speed DH support character. You have it on the Calamity. I run this spec with all experience. You'll see on some other pieces. So this has the Gem of Ease in it. I don't know. I'm just addicted to trying to buff my experience in these low level GRs and just blasting as many as I can in a day. Face rolling them. Um, you're gonna want the 4-piece gear set. I run the boots, the chest, the shoulders, and the hands. And what you'll see is these. I still need to find another pair of boots. These are my boots for my other God DH. My solo low level GR clearing DH. So you want to find, when you have these other sets and these other pieces that look kind of crazy, you want to keep them. So the best example I have of this in this build probably is this chest. This chest rolled, I think, with main stat, vitality, and all res. And so you can take the dex off. You don't need damage. So I have vitality, all res, and then I rolled that to the reduces damage to elites 10%. And kicker, I get bonuses from health glows to help my survivability, and even better kicker, I get the increased pickup radius. So this build benefits a lot from the increased pickup radius based on having blood vengeance, and based on you being the support. You know, it really is helpful when you don't have to, you know, whirl back around to pick up a globe. When like I have 10 total across this gear, and you'll see on the amulet here in a second, but like it helps when an orb is over here and you just vacuum that thing on in, and you guys are on, you get those percentage points without having to drop a miss a beat. I like to use Dead Man's Legacy. I like to think that the multi-shot hits enemies below 60% twice is somehow synergizing with the wind chill on the multi-shot. I can't prove that. I'm not some type of Diablo pro or anything, but I feel as though that's probably how it works. Captain Crimson's, we run the belt and the pants. Again, here I have these are the same pants I used. I need to roll these again. But you're really just looking for life, armor, all the stats that are not main stat are gonna help this more, right? So you can roll your decks off for something more useful. Still kind of optimizing this build. So back to our experience bullshit. We got the Hellfire Ring, we got the Leoric Signet, and then we also have a Leoric's Crown with a ruby in it. All told, this is a lot of experience, extra experience that I'm getting per run and per close. So really like how those things synergize together, especially in these low GRs where you're going to be lacking in that. You know, you're not pushing quite as high, so you're not going to get quite as much, but we kind of supplant that with these things, or support that with these things. I like to run the Nemesis Bracers. Again, you'll find thousands of pairs of these. Find one like I got Fight, All Res, Armor, Life per hit. Great for this build, right? That's a perfect piece for this build. Rondo's Locket, really important piece. Because of the increased pickup radius. This one rolled with 5. You can get up to 6. I have it on a couple other different pieces of gear that takes me all the way to 10. It is a massive difference. You should see in this run that we're about to do here. It just makes things. It just moves things along. I also aug this with intelligence. If you didn't know, intelligence is going to drive up your all resistances by and large. That can be super helpful. Again here, got the shoulders. You see this is a separate piece than what I usually use. They have resource cost reduction. They have pickup radius. Those are great. I need some new gloves. I focused here on the gloves with a pickup radius as well as increased attack speed and reduced resource cost. What you'll see with this build is it should just be really fluid. You should be able to spam all your skills essentially all the time. So I'm all the way up to the 2.5 attack speed breakpoint. Not super important, but if you can get there, I would prioritize it. And then when it comes to, I don't have a whole lot of cooldown reduction, but when it comes to resource cost reduction, I have a lot of both of those. 50% is a ton for those things. And what you'll see is as we hop in this Greater Rift 90 or whatever we're going to do, it just makes a big difference. So let's see here. We'll see how this kind of works. We'll do a 96. See if he's down. And this is kind of how you play it. He's going to need, most of these monks are going to need some help. I mean, kind of some attention to detail before they get the first kill. The first elite kill, that is. And then after that, you should be off to the races. So here it is. Boom, boom, boom. We got it. Orbs, and we're off. Off to the races. So you should see, if you're looking at the mini-map, I'm ahead of him. Uh-oh. He's fighting something back here. Aha. Well, I wasn't there for that. That took a little bit of time, right? So let's see how we do when I stick on top of him. Boom, boom. We got the Nemesis Bracers on. We pop this. Boom. Insta-dead. GR96, by the way. We got the Spaghetti Room, which isn't ideal, but you know what, man? You guys get it. Little clunky on the show and tell bits, but you see it. Like everything is Calamity. I have, it's all good. Even in the Spaghetti Room, right? Insta dead. If we're on top of the mobs, things are just going to die, right? It's just kind of the workflow of this build. I'm in a different way, but I did get that open for us. That's fine. Get the fuck out of the Spaghetti Room. As you can see, I'm very mobile. Like my smoke screen, if you look at my number 2 right now, is always up. I can spam it. Boom. We're on top of Elise together. Boom, they're dead. I got the orbs. Boom, we're on top of Elise together. Boom, they're dead. I got the orbs. Right? It's a really fun build for this. And all you're doing is spamming all your buttons, clicking the shrines, and just watching things just get crushed at your feet. So this was a probably worst in class, 96, because we got two pretty bad rooms back to back, and we really screwed up the spaghetti. Still did it in less than 2. Very chill build, really nice playstyle. I 100% recommend kitting this out, looking for some pieces to really buff yourself up. You know, as far as the pickup radius, as far as just trying to get all rest, trying to get vitality where you can. I like to run the experience spec on this. You can also run Oculus. You can run Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac to make sure your cooldowns, you know, if you don't have them quite right. But that's about it. Let's see if we can get an even faster run here. Again, you see I'm in complete control. I can just spam displacement, smokescreen displacement. Look at all of the. As soon as I hit my number 1, I shoot 1 multi-shot. Everything is covered and marked for death. And we haven't had an elite yet. That is unlucky. Here's one here. Boom. I just lay on the 1 key. Boom. Everything's dead. So we stay. Oh, here we go. I wish he could stay. Yeah, here we go. There's 2 right here. Boom. Dead. Insta-dead. This is going to be great for experience. Great for farming echoing. Petrified Screams for Echoing Nightmares. Boom. We're on top of stuff. Look at the bar. Look at the progression. We haven't even done anything, you know, that remarkable. It's just... And this is the same story. You see those orbs just get absolutely vacuumed. Power. Anytime you get a shrine, it's just, dude. Look at that power, man. That's great. Great clear speed. Super easy to play. I am not paying attention at all to what I'm doing, honestly. I can literally... It just doesn't matter, you know what I mean? It's just really powerful. And it's made for that. There's a good one. 1 minute 21. We take these. I hope you guys will try this build out, man. Let me know what you think in the comments. I thought it was just something I found out last night. Just face rolling this game, degenning it at ridiculous hours. And I figured, you know what? Let's share with some other people that are running with all these wonderful inner Mystic Ally monks, but just have no interest in really doing that for themselves. This is a great way to do it as a DH. Demon Hunter, best class in Diablo 3 by far and away. If you make a male one, that's weird, bro. Always the female. Roll that tune every season. You'll be a happy person. GG's. Have a great season 26. Peace.